I would advise anyone who aspires to a writing career that before developing this talent, he would be wise to develop a thick hide. Harper Lee.
You're listening to Writing Roots, brought to you by Aspen House Publishing.
Welcome to Writing Roots. I am Leigh Hull.
And I'm Leigh Esses.
And I get to rant today as editor.
So this episode is titled Being Edited, and currently, as we are recording this episode, Leigh is going through one of my works, so I get to be torn apart, and she gets to do all the tearing.
It is so much fun. Why did I become an editor? To cut a long story short. So let's first talk about why, even if you are self-publishing, you need an editor. Actually, let me rephrase that. Why, especially if you are self-publishing, you need an editor. Self-publishing books have a really bad rap for not being good quality. Part of that is because self-publishing is so easy now that people are just writing their first draft and publishing it right away without ever getting that second pair of eyes. And so when you're going to pick up those books and it's been self-published, you're reading it and it's such a struggle because no one else has checked that book for quality.
So one of the sayings we have at Aspen House is you cannot read your own work for the first time, and your editor can. So the stuff that you may or may not see, they will always catch. And that's why having a good editor is really important. And having an editor that suits your style is also important.
So editors can be that second pair of eyes to look for things that you don't catch, like missing letters. There's a huge difference between fiend and friend.
Google Docs doesn't know the difference.
No, it
Microsoft
really
Word
doesn't
know the difference.
It's still a correct word, but those editing softwares won't catch that. An editor should, if you actually have a quality editor. Another reason why you should have an editor, it is honest feedback. I will be honest with Leigh when I am telling her her book is good. She does not think her book is good, but it is. It's rough.
It will be good.
And
with the help of Leigh's expertise.
I'm honest and I'm saying it's rough. There are lots of things that need to be fixed, but it is good and we can make it better. Having a friend or a family member look over it, a lot of the times they will sugarcoat things.
Mm-hmm.
They won't be honest about it. I'm friends with Leigh, but she knows that I will give it to her straight.
Yeah, when she's wearing the editing hat, then I can trust that she is being completely honest with it. And I feel like, as a friend, I will go, okay, I need you to tell me my book is good right now. So we both know, okay, she isn't going to be brutally honest with me. I just need my ego fed a little bit. Okay, now moving on. And that's the kind of relationship we have, and I really like that.
And that's something that you should be looking for when you're finding an editor. Finding an editor can be a little bit difficult.
Especially the right editor for you.
Yes, because you want someone that fits your personality, that you can get along with, that you can have a really good working relationship with, that also works in your genre. I don't want somebody who writes nonfiction to be editing my fantasy story because they don't understand a lot of the things that come with fantasy. You have to find somebody within your genre.
And it really helps that my action editor is also a dispatcher, because all of the cop jargon that I Googled, she's like, no, this is how it actually goes down.
Yeah. So finding somebody that fits your book, fits your style. And honestly, this is going to be a difficult topic because you have paid editors and you have free editors. The quality difference is going to be huge.
Mm-hmm.
I know when you're self-editing for a reason. It is a cheaper, easier, faster solution.
But it shouldn't be your only solution.
Yes. Yes, you can go to someone and have them edit your book for free, but be warned that if they don't have the experience, the knowledge, the skill set to edit, they will miss things. Because if you look at traditionally published books who go through editors who that is their full-time job, they still miss things. And they are trained specifically to do that job.
And they've studied sentence structure. They know what the proper style is, the Chicago style versus the Oxford style, and what best suits your genre and all of that. You can trust, if it's a professional editor, that they know what's best for your novel. If it's somebody I found on Facebook and we're trading edits, then I sort of grain of salt everything.
So you can find a free way to do it, but be cautious.
And once you find an editor that really works for you, that you guys jive and you have a good time and they really find all of the things that your book needs to excel, stick with them.
Yes, once you've built that relationship, don't let it go. Good editors that match you are hard to find.
And if you look at most traditionally published authors, one of the first people they always thank is the editor. It's like, thank you, editors, for making my book good, because editors are awesome. Editors are difficult, but editors are awesome, and it will inevitably make your book better.
So let me talk for a minute about what I want as an editor from my author. Couple of things that you need to do and know before you get an editor is that we are here to help make your book better. We don't hate your book. If we hated it, we would be honest and we would tell you. Also, know what you want from an editor before they start editing. Nothing drives me more insane than having someone who doesn't set those clear expectations up front, or who chooses to get an editor to just be a ego boost.
Yeah. If you're looking for just another pair of eyes, stay tuned. We're talking about beta readers later, but your editor is not a beta reader. They will suggest changes. And if you decline every single change because it's your book and you really want it your way, then you're just wasting everybody's time and money.
Yes. And also know editors are not going to rewrite your book. If you want somebody to write it for you, find a ghostwriter.
They're a different brand of special.
Yes. Yes, they are. So, a couple other things that I want. Book my time in advance. If you want me to edit your book, contact me, give me a timeline, and understand that it might take a little bit longer depending on how busy I am, but you have to book that time in advance.
And giving a deadline saying, hey, I really want to launch this book by this date is helpful because then everybody's on the same page.
Yes. Also, going back to paid, factor an editor into your budget when you start creating a budget for your book. What is the standard for editors charging?
You will see all over the place. I saw somebody today who said it was 20 cents for every 1,000 words, which is a little absurd to me. And I do not have a lot of faith in that person's editing abilities. At Aspen House, we charge between $65 and $100 for every 10,000 words. And so we charge rounded up. So if it's 72,000 words, we'll charge times 8 for whatever the novel is. But understands that even our fastest editors will take at least an hour to edit 1,000 words. So that is way less than the minimum wage. If you want to go do the math, have fun.
So I actually did the math on this one. And for 65 for 10,000 words, editing about 1,000 words per hour, it is around $6 an hour, which is more than $1 less than minimum wage nationally in the US.
Mm-hmm. So if you feel like complaining about the fact that your editor is so expensive, then yes, you can skip it. If you're self-publishing, you have that choice. We wouldn't recommend it because your book will not be as good as if it had gone through an editor. But keep in mind, this is going to be, besides audiobooks, I think it's our most expensive service that Aspen House offers.
Yeah. So back to things that authors need to know. Complete the manuscript first and then contact your editor if you are doing a proofread editor or the content editor.
Anything besides a developmental editor.
Yes. Developmental editors are different. They are used during the process, but
we at Aspen House do not accept manuscripts to be edited until it is completed.
Yeah. It's a whole lot easier because what I do is I will read the whole thing first to know how it starts, how it ends, and then I'll go back through as I'm editing so I can be checking for that continuity. And always, 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 always remember, your book does not have to be perfect when you give it to me, but it shouldn't be a first draft. Self-edit it at least once before you give it to me.
One of the most annoying things that I've run into when working with other authors is they'll go, oh, yeah, I meant to change that. And it's like, well, go make all of those changes and then give it to me.
Yeah, why didn't you change it if you meant to?
Yeah.
So we, as editors, are there to polish your work, to make it better. We will change things. We will tell you that you might need to rewrite whole sections. Don't get offended. It's just how we work. It's what we do. We are working for your better. But do not give me a first rough draft. Please. It will make me put so much more time, and I will probably want to charge you more.
Depending on the book and the amount of edits necessary to make it excel, sometimes it'll take 6 months to get all the way through. Hopefully, we'll get it done in about 1 to 2 months, depending on workload, depending on how much attention needs to be paid to every little detail. So if you want that time shorter, polish it yourself first, and then everybody's happier.
Yeah. If you have any questions about editing, about what you need to do to get your manuscript ready for editing, just shoot us an email. We will love to respond. We will love to help you out with that. We don't even care if you come through Aspen House. I mean, we would like it, but
we're here to help authors excel. That's why the company exists.
Yeah. And so just shoot us an email. We want to help you out. We want to get you on the track to make your book, your self-published book, the best that it can possibly be. While you're writing, while you're getting ready for the editing process, always remember one thing.
Write selfishly.
If you have a question or comment for our hosts or a topic you'd like us to cover, send us an email at writingroots@aspenhousepublishing.com or find us on Facebook by searching for Aspen House Publishing.